Welcome to the Ken and Kitty podcast, where our listeners can trust our advertisers, and our advertisers and listeners trust us. What is this BS? I mean, yeah, people listening could trust the advertisers, but nobody could trust these clowns, Ken and Kitty. Come on, really? I've had it. You know what? They still owe me money from last year. They haven't paid me since before the pandemic. I quit.
At Joe's Auto Body, we don't see the uniforms. We see the people that stand behind them and the burden they carry. The missed holidays and birthdays, all the cherished moments with their loved ones. When duty calls, they risk their lives for others and sometimes lose their own. Freedom rings because of their great sacrifice. At Joe's Auto Body in Chicago, we love our freedom, so we support our troops. Visit joesautobody.com.
This is the podcast that will make you think, ponder, wonder, and it will improve every area of your life. Or it's just stupid. Here's the Ken and Kitty podcast.
I look like hell.
You're beautiful.
I have a colony growing on my face. You know, I think it's like sea monkeys or something.
All right.
Remember sea monkeys?
What?
You're
Sea monkeys.
Well, that's what it feels like. It feels like there's something growing in there. For all I know, it's going to burst open and a shit ton of spiders is going to crawl out of it.
arachnophobia.
Yeah.
And where did we learn about them? It was like the back pages of Mad Magazine, right? Those
What
back
the-
pages.
Sea monkeys,
Yeah.
I had them. I was very disappointed because I didn't see the king, I didn't see a queen, I didn't see a bunch of little babies playing ball or anything. It was just a bunch of like little tiny shrimp floating around. Not even big enough to eat.
I know it was a disappointment, and they came in like a little packet, like what you feed a plant with, that little
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you put that in water, and all of a sudden they're supposed to grow, and you're
Yeah.
like waiting, and
Weren't they just baby shrimp?
They were. But I was
Yeah.
really hoping to have a small, like, little village. I wanted to
Me
see them
too.
building and constructing, and then
Me too.
eventually I would have had to gotten a bigger aquarium. And then before we know it, they would have taken over the house. Maybe I could have grown gills and joined them.
wow, you
would
had
have
high
minions.
hope.
Shit. Yes, you did.
Aspirations and dreams, man. That's pretty.
But,
that's
you know,
pretty
I was
incredible.
young and
For
naive. What can I tell
$1.99
you?
For $1.99 in the back of Mad Magazine, you thought,
Hey, look,
Not
don't
looking
tell me
at.
you never bought those x-ray glasses thinking you could see through ladies' stuff.
I say nothing.
Yeah.
It
Nothing.
was sweet. I think it was sweet.
This is the Ken and Kitty Podcast, episode
14.
14 on KenandKitty.com. You can find everything on KenandKitty.com, but we're also on every podcast site known to man. And Jamie makes
Thanks
that
to
happen.
Jamie.
Our executive producer,
Mm.
Jamie, there in the lower right. And this is the program. So here we go. What you got, kid? And I'm letting you lead.
Woo.
Okay, you're going to let
You
me
wanna-
lead?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
well-
you want to run an entire village of sea monkeys. I mean, there's obviously a desperate desire for you to, take
To
control.
take over the world?
Yeah, we all see that. Well, you're running for mayor, and
Well, not yet. I have to move there first.
right.
You know, you start small and then you work your way out.
Understood.
It's kind of
Yeah.
right. It's kind of like a disease. You start with one central area and then you let the infection spread.
Communicable
like in
disease.
yourself.
Yes.
to like a cancer.
Well, not a cancer, because a cancer will kill you. I'll only kill you if you don't do
would
what I
kill people,
say.
too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I think we all believe that.
Actually, okay, so daylight savings times, everybody's adjusted because I flip and hate it.
Yep. And why do we even have it still?
Why?
I know.
Exactly. I couldn't
Well,
agree more.
you're gonna be amongst the farmers, and the original intent, I believe, was, farmers get up when the sun comes up, right, and they start working. But the feed store, if they need supplies or whatever, go down to the feed store. It doesn't open till 7, but they're up at 5:15. So it's like, all right, let's adjust the clock and make sure
Mhm.
that the feed store is now open, like when the sun comes.
No, that's really not why.
Wasn't that the original intent?
No, they did it because there was no sun. It was too dark to do chores. So they adjusted the clock so that it would be
Same thing.
lighter longer and at night. But I mean, gee, I'm moving to Kansas. I'm not moving to like some island where there's no electricity. You know, everybody in Kansas whose house I drove by looks like they got electric. I mean, Tommy's family owns like a ton of land and they farm, and then they have cows and everything. They have electric. So why are we still? I mean,
True.
there are some of us who like the darkness.
Yeah,
Okay.
when Edison invented the light bulb, it should have ended there. But
I know. Why are we perpetuating this stupid myth that came about in like archaic times? We're a civilized nation now. I mean,
Mhm.
geez, you know, you don't even need electric, right, Jamie? You can get a bike, hook it up to a freaking generator, and throw that thing and keep your kids busy for hours. You know, I mean, you don't
That's
really need
resourceful.
daylight savings time anymore. I
And
mean,
the-
that's
the-
barbaric.
Yeah, you're a good point. That's a good
it's
idea.
barbaric is a little, it's a little harsh in
No.
the description.
No, it's not
Barbaric,
harsh.
really.
I mean, you might as well just be out there cooking food over a spit on a freaking fire in your yard. Don't use that oven. No.
All right,
You gotta-
Caligula. Okay.
You need to save the electric because, you know, daylight savings time. Maybe the sun can like heat everything up and burn up your food so that you can eat it. I mean, what's the use of having electric if we still got to turn the stupid clocks ahead? We're losing. We lost an hour of sleep.
Yeah.
That upsets me even
I
more.
know, and that sucks. But I wouldn't go as far as calling it barbaric just because I lost an hour of sleep.
Dude, you wonder why this country's in such financial dire straits. There was a survey by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. 55% of people feel tired. And it costs the United States economy $434 million a year in lost productivity and increases in worker injuries. You know why? Because nobody wants it. You get in there, you lost that sleep, and now all of a sudden you're just a slacker for the first week or 3.
There's something, you know what? You put so much damn research into this. I didn't realize you were so passionate about it. What the hell?
I am. We're going to wait. When I take over the country, we're going to be doing a lot of things different.
Yeah, you really have your stats. It's impressive.
I
It's like,
know,
I-
right?
Hang on.
So you want that on your campaign sign too?
Yes, 66% of people think that it should be abolished. Just like slavery. I mean, it's crazy. We are a slave to the government telling us that we need that extra hour of daylight. I don't need the extra hour. You can't tan at 9 o'clock at night when it's still light out there. Most people
you
go to
know it's
tanning booths
only-
now.
It's only done in certain states. Not every state does it.
Yes, Indiana doesn't do it. They're too busy doing the Indiana handshake. They don't care about daylight savings time. You know,
What's
you don't
that?
even need light for that. You just feel and squeeze.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's right.
You missed out. on
Jamie
that
dropped
part.
out.
Oh, that's right. The Indiana handshake.
Yeah.
I think I
Ooh.
deleted it already. But
It's not like a glorious
Basically, when you meet someone, you let your hands travel down. You grab one hand and then you let the other hand run down to the front of somebody's pants right below the zipper, and then you squeeze as hard as you can.
that's not how it was
Oh.
written.
Or was it a gentle fondle and tickle?
Yeah, what was it? A tickle? Just a little bit tickle.
Kitty is
These nuts.
paraphrasing. Paraphrasing. That's what we call
These nuts.
paraphrasing. No.
Well, don't quote me on that, but it was something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
You live in Florida, and there's all kinds of weird things. I'm always seeing like bad criminal stories down there, and they don't fight right down there. You need to start having classes on how to fight, because there's a story, Coral Springs. Is that close to you?
Sort of. Yeah. Other side.
Okay. Well, apparently down there, when people fight, they just snatch their wigs off. They do a wig snatch and then they start it on fire.
Oh, that's
A guy and a girl were fighting. He snatched her wig and then started on fire. He got arrested for that. But depending on how much that wig costs, I think they should have done more than just arrest him. I think they should shave his head and every inch of his body, and then have to make a hair suit for her or something.
Well, that's definitely that's appropriate restitution. That's
They
yeah.
they arrested him for arson, Ken. Arson. It's like,
I
really?
wonder if she
Really?
could sue. I wonder if she could like sue him.
She can. I'm
For the
sure that's a
cost
civil
of
suit
her
right
hair.
there.
How much do wigs cost?
Well, if you
It-
get a good one,
They are expensive. They're
yeah.
thousands of
What? Give me
dollars.
like
some of them.
75 bucks?
Some
I
of
don't
them are
know. Let me
thousands
call
of
my drag
dollars.
Call the drag
Here.
queens. They can tell you they're expensive.
Give me a
Yeah.
number.
Thousands of dollars, Ken. There's some that are literally thousands of dollars.
Yeah, look at RuPaul. I'm sure she's paying at least $10,000 for a
Well,
wig.
of course, because she's RuPaul. I mean,
Well,
There's a
yes, she
lot
can
of older
afford it.
women.
she can
lot
write
of
that off
older
in her
women that wear 'em.
taxes.
They're
Girl, nobody wants a bad
expensive.
weave. You know?
Nobody wants a bad weave. It's true.
That's right.
That's not
God.
an expression I'm familiar with, but okay. No.
And
Not in my
those-
wheelhouse.
Those are extremely expensive,
Yes.
and they can be damaging. Because I watch Judge Judy, and there's always people on there suing his stylist for doing bad weaves, and they're like a few $100s. Up to
Wow.
$1,000.
It's your
Up to
just.
$1,000.
It's, you can't sue over that.
You
Just
can.
You
Yeah.
hired the wrong person. No.
It's a
Yeah.
service that wasn't done right or done
Kitty,
properly.
when you become president, that has
Change
to be eradicated. You have to get rid of that, please.
Well, you know what? I don't know. It depends on whether somebody really has really bad hair and that weave is pertinent to their job or to their moneymaker.
I'm
okay,
talking
if-
to all women in here. Come on.
No, but seriously, I mean, some people need that weave, Ken. It's like some people need the nails, some people need the fillers, some people would love to get this thing taken care of,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm poor, so we'll just live
And
with the colony for a while.
I wasn't going to point that out, but it is taking up 80% of the screen.
I know. I tried to hide it. I covered it with makeup, dude. I don't know what to do. I think it's the evil trying to force its way out, but then I try to get it out and it doesn't. It's like, no.
And so then, using your logic, who are you going to sue? Who are you going to sue?
Jamie.
You going to sue Jamie?
No, I'm asking Jamie. Who would you sue? You sue your weave maker or the weave weaver.
If somebody, it depends on the problem. Here, I'm an expert because I watch Judge Judy a lot, so I know a lot of legal stuff. Okay, so don't doubt me.
Don't doubt her, Ken. She knows what she's talking about.
All right, then.
Judge Judy rocks.
So if they just do the braids in the weave and they don't affect the scalp or the skin, and it was something wrong with the hair itself, you'd sue the maker, which, by the way, mostly is made of people's hair in India.
I think I got nothing better to do than to let grow their hair, apparently. and answer phone calls at the comm centers. My name is Steven.
But if the stylist is the person that's doing the hair or the extensions of the weave, if they are burning your scalp, damaging your hair, damaging you, then I would sue the stylist.
You're spending so much time worrying about crazy stuff. Like that's
how is appearance crazy?
You know what guys are concerned with? There's rust on the soffit, and I scrape that out. That's what we're thinking about.
I call bullshit. Let me tell you why. I call what you guys are concerned with is a six-pack and something naked. That's all that you worry about.
Okay, granted.
When was the last time you went out and looked at your soffit?
This has been another edition of The
That's
View.
rusty.
Whoopies on the next episode. This has been Ken and Kitty's podcast, episode 14.
Ken's just got to go out and check his soffit now.
Yeah, it's rusty and bent.
I want to see pictures, dude. Pictures.
It's
Okay, fine. Is that what you need? All right. That's fine. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. We're on KenandKitty.com. Jamie puts us on every podcast site known to man. And yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
The Ken and Kitty podcast also streams on KenandKitty.com. KenandKitty.com.